Today in our Hot Sauce, we brought in the expert to talk about a very controversial subject that was brought about by the recent Time magazine cover. It was about a certain type of parenting. So we have our child expert, Mary Frances Baer, with us. It's called Attachment Parenting, and it's by Dr. Bill Sears.
Correct.
But the cover showed the mother who was attached by her nearly 4-year-old son who was breastfeeding. So it was a very kind of racy subject right there. Cover. The program itself, what do you think of it?
I think attachment parenting, or attachment itself, is the core to parenting. It's wonderful, but that article did not portray the true attachment parenting. It was more about the shock factor itself.
Just to get the readers in.
I think so, because the article, if you read it, was about Dr. Sears and motherhood and being there, drawing your children in, but the cover was more, it didn't really fit. Yes.
Tell us more specifically about attachment parenting. What does it involve? Just breastfeeding until, are there parameters or anything?
I mean, true attachment is being there for your children emotionally and physically, keeping them safe and letting the child know the parent is in charge. Dr. Sears with attachment parenting, his 3 facets are extended breastfeeding, carrying your child in the sling, and co-sleeping. But you do not need to do those 3 things to truly have attachment with your children.
Doesn't it seem like attachment parenting, isn't that what all parents should be doing? Just in general, you should be providing, you know, a safe haven for your child?
Yes, attachment is the way your child's going to grow and separate from you emotionally and properly. So yes, attachment is the core to parenting and to the relationship, but doesn't necessarily mean you have to sleep with your child, you know, until they're 9 years old or breastfeed till they're 5.
Let's talk about, because we were talking about it in the newsroom this morning. I was talking with my producer, Shannon Ross, and for this boy, particular boy,
yes.
Is he going to have a problem later on when all his friends who know it, and the cover's going to be around forever, say, you know, make fun of him? Is it going to somehow affect him, do you think?
You know what? I don't think so. I mean, I think he'll probably have the inner workings to, you know, say he's probably going to be very connected with his mother and feel good about his relationship with her. And anyone could, I mean, I think he'll be able to deal with that. But again, I'm not in agreement with how the article was portrayed on the cover.
As a child expert, what would you say are the parameters you should follow when, let's say, you're breastfeeding your child?
I mean, breastfeeding is fabulous, but for a lot of working moms, I think we have a lot of guilt if we, you know, can't breastfeed for extended amount of time. So I think a lot of my friends, including myself, if we nursed, we were able to pump. So we were able to almost like be with our child when we were not there. So again, I don't think you need to be with your child 24/7 in order to attach with them properly.
I just remember the closeness that I felt with my kids. I loved
wonderful.
it. And I found it hard to give up, too. So I can kind of feel it both ways. But the cover, kind of controversial.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. I have so many questions to always ask you. I wish you would come on every week. We
Please,
discuss different things. Did you hear that, Lauren? Let's have Mary Frances on every week. All right. With that, we're going to toss it back into another daughter who is going to, once again, wish her mother happy birthday.